Hi students, I hope all are fine. So we have reached a place where the snake is resting on the shoulder of the other, isn't it? So we finished the last class by saying that the snake was resting on the shoulder of the other. It was 3 or 4 inches away from the face of the other. So we shall see what is good what is going to happen to the author. Okay, at my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicine in the room. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. Okay, so there was snake sitting 3 or 4 inches away from the author. So the author knew if he made any slightest of changes, the snake would strike him. The snake would bite him. So he was thinking that the death was on the doorstep. Okay, on the doorstep. So he knew, if he was just thinking, okay, if the snake bites me, what was the medicine I had to take? Or because there were no medicine in the room at all, and he himself says that he was a poor, foolish, and a stupid doctor. And when he thought about that, he forgot his danger and he made a small smile. And he says, it seemed God, it seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Was he trying to make an important decision about growing up a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? Okay, so now what happens? The author forgot about the danger. He made a smile, isn't it? So he considers that God must have appreciated his smile. Okay, so God heard his prayer. So what did the snake do? The snake turned its head, and the snake found that there was a mirror, and it looked into the mirror. And he says, the author says, okay, I cannot claim that this is the first snake who was or which was looking into the mirror, and so no, but he was sure this snake is looking at the mirror because he was seeing with his own eyes. Okay, then what happened? Then he was just thinking what the snake was thinking. Okay, he was just considering the snake to be admiring its own beauty, or was it trying to make some decisions like as the author made? Okay, or growing a mustache, or eyeshadow and mascara, or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead, because he did not know whether it was a snake, it was a male snake or a female snake. Okay, that's why he considers vermilion spot and so on. Okay, so he was just thinking about that snake, whether it was admiring its beauty by looking into the mirror or making some decisions as I did about growing a mustache or something of that sort. Then, I do not know anything for certain. What sex was this snake? Was it male or female? I will never know, for the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps It wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. I was no mere image cut in granite. Granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. Phew! Each of us heaved a sigh of relief. All of us lit beadies. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife very fat? Okay, so now we are coming to the conclusion of this incident. Okay, so the snake was looking at the mirror, and the other was thinking about the snake, and he did not know whether the snake was male or female, as I told you earlier. But now what happens, the snake unwound itself. Okay, it had coiled in the left arm of the other, and it had unwound itself, and it was moving towards it came first to his lap, then crept on the table, and it was looking at the mirror and enjoying its reflection. So what did the other do? When as soon as the snake got away from him, or snake crept onto the table, the author, of course, he was staying like a carved image, just like a carved in a granite. Okay, granite. He was just like a stone at that time. So as soon as the snake crept onto the table, the author became a man of flesh and blood. Then what did he do? He held his breath and went to the veranda. And what did he do? He leapt to the yard and ran for his life. Then all the students gave a sigh. Okay, gave a sigh of relief, because nothing had happened to the doctor. Then all of them lit beadies. Then somebody among them asked, Doctor, whether your wife is fat or not. Okay, because doctor wanted a very fat wife, isn't it? So someone among the students asked the doctor whether his wife was a fat lady or not. Then the doctor said, no. The doctor said, God willed otherwise. My life companion is a thin, reedy person with the gift of a sprinter. Someone else asked, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? Then the doctor replied, I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. Immediately I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath. I changed into fresh clothes. The next morning at about 8:30, I took my friend and one or two others to my room to move my things from there. But we found we had little to carry. Some thief had removed most of my things. The room had been cleaned out, but not really. The thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. Okay, so when the doctor was asked whether his wife was fat, the doctor said, no, God willed the other way. My wife is a thin lady and she has a gift of a sprinter. Sprinter means one who runs, okay, 100 meters, 200 meters, and so on. No, so with a sprinter means to say that she was able to run. Then someone among them asked, okay, then whether when you ran, did the snake follow you? Then the doctor replied, okay, what happened that day? So what did he do? He ran for his life and reached one of his friend's house. Then when he reached there, what did he do? He up, he applied oil in all over the body and took a bath and changed into fresh clothes. Okay, he wore fresh clothes. And next morning at about 8:30 or so, he took his friend and some others to his room in order to clear things out. Okay, he wanted to move from this particular room where he was staying. But when he reached there, he did not have anything but only one thing to move, because there was a thief. Okay, a thief had come in and he had taken away all the belongings of the author. Okay, but the thief had left behind one thing as a as an insult to the doctor. So let us see what was the thing. And someone asked, "What was that?" I asked. The doctor said, "My vest, the dirty one." The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness, the rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with soap and water. And someone asked, "Did you see the snake the next day, doctor?" The doctor laughed. "I've never seen it since. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty." Okay, so what happened? Now the doctor says the thief had left behind one thing. What was that? Because the doctor had a coat, right? So that was the thing which this person, the thief, did not take away. He had kept that there. Okay, he left the vest because it was not that clean, it was dirty. So the author considers the thief to be a man of cleanliness, but he said he had taken away everything. He should have taken this also, and he could have washed it with soap and water and so on. Then someone else asked whether you saw the snake on the following day, and the doctor laughed and said, "No, I have never seen it. I have never seen it from that moment, but I'm sure that was a snake which was taken with its own beauty because it was looking in the mirror. That was why the author was saved, or else he would have been bitten and he would have died." Okay, so this is a story of the snake and the mirror. It's a very simple story, and I think you have all understood. And we have a worksheet of questions. Okay, I'll just read the questions for you. Why did the author make a Phoebus smile? Second one, what was the author thinking about medicines? Then third one, why do you think God appreciated the smile of the author? Then fourth, what did the snake do when it saw its reflection in the mirror? Okay, so these are the questions and you can write the answers in your worksheet book. So I hope today's class is clear to you. Thank you and bye.